just realized I looked down and I forgot to start. Okay, we started. Sorry about that.
Good to we checked that, huh? There you go.
I looked down and I was like going, oh, I wonder why. I kept going. I wonder why the other screen didn't refresh. But yeah, now we're good. Let's see if I refresh that screen.
That's what I'm gonna do. It's coming, I think.
Yeah, I saw. The funny thing is, it's a green button. So
it's recording what we talked about. Okay.
Yeah, that was the other thing to tell you. There's about depending on both of our connections, there's probably a 10-second delay from when we're talking and what people are actually seeing. So we might want to just always, take a moment after each thing to allow people to post their chat question and stuff like that.
All right, so if I want to stop sharing this,
you should just click the green button again, I believe. Yep, and now you're back.
Did it come back to you? Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. All right, so I can pull up some other stuff here. I like that. Let's see. So hopefully we'll get some people. We'll see.
I know. Let me see. I mean, I didn't push it very much. I only sent it out, I think, 2 things. Okay. The first one, I wasn't overly concerned. I kind of.
Right. No, this is good practice for us, just to figure it all out.
Yeah. Cool. But hopefully, if somebody is I know several people did register. Let's see here. Let me go to.
Can you tell if anybody's here or not?
Yeah. As soon as they sign in, they should show up.
Oh, okay.
When they do, I know you and I will see them for sure.
Okay.
Like Sig and Beth and Nina.
Okay. Well, we got 5 minutes yet, so.
Yeah, and then typically people don't show up till literally the start.
Right. Exactly.
Now, you can see me talking, right?
Yes, I see you talking right now.
And it's actually a pretty interesting thing. When I click on, down below in the 2 pictures, there you see a picture of you and a picture of me.
Right.
On my end, because I'm the master controller or whatever, if I click on your box, basically what that means is it stays focused on you. And so when you share your screen, if I start talking, people can hear me, but it won't. Otherwise, a typical Hangout.
Whoever talks is the one. Yeah. Right. Okay.
This stops that from happening. So as you're going through stuff, even if I'm commenting on what you're showing, it still stays there, so people don't literally get. Otherwise, the screen's going to be hopping around constantly,
right.
Which I thought was kind of a cool feature.
Cool.
Yeah. So we're about about 4 minutes away from starting live. So we'll see what happens. Do you have any things that you would like to share, or one thing that you want to share as a tip, even just to have some stuff to share on this first one, in case the people are going to just observe or something like that?
Hold on a second. I'm sending out another on my own page.
Gotcha.
So, hold on. I gotta tell my husband to be quiet. Hold on.
I actually put my dogs away in the room so they wouldn't be chatting.
Okay. All right, so hopefully we'll get something there. Alrighty.
Otherwise, I've been really pleased with the quality of the sound, the recording.
Yeah. I watched a number of the Hangouts, but we've been talking about doing this for over a year, I think, and we finally started. Finally have time to go, okay, we're going to do it this year. It only took us to, April 3rd, so that's good. At least we're only 4 months into the new year, so that's good. Just shows how busy we are. That's good. So, anyway,
take us long.
And, well, let's just talk. The reason we wanted to start what we're calling the QFF, the Quick Fire Friday, is I know you and I are bombarded with technology questions throughout the week. And I try to get back to people either via email, things like that, phone calls. And I just thought it might be nice to get on something like this, open it up to the public, and let them answer the questions so that everybody can hear the answers as well. Kind of like it also might help us develop some further webinars that we want to do to help people what they need to know in real estate, in technology, or to help them grow their business. So that's kind of where my thought process was in trying to do this.
Right.
Now, I just lost you.
Yeah, I just pulled up. I forgot I made some slides that we could show.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yep, the Quick Fire Fridays, I see, yep. That's cool.
Yeah, I haven't put it in display mode because I was just... can you read that?
Yeah, post your questions in the chat.
And then I got... oops, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong place here. And then I put some notes on where people could go to if they can't figure out where to post their questions, and then
okay.
And then I got a little thing on belief.
Yeah, I can't read that. They might have to blow that one up.
Yeah,
And happy Easter. I like that.
I'll go to present mode when we're ready, but I'll just leave it right there, maybe for now until time.
Cool. But anyway, so that was the reason for starting this, was to have a platform. I mean, our webinars are usually just related to one subject matter, and then sometimes that dovetails into other things. I just thought this might be an open forum for people to call in, or not call in, but to log in and live chat with us via the Hangout. And again, once we get this out there, more people may find out about it and start using it.
Yeah, I got quite a few people, Sue, that said they wanted to, would definitely take advantage of it and thought it was a really great idea. A lot of them just because of Easter weekend and stuff, they were, they already got sort of some family stuff going, and I just said, I said for you and I, since it's our inaugural, we were going to take advantage of it, just even if it was just as a testing environment, to kind of get a little practice under our belt and stuff like that.
I apologize. I got allergies galore, so I go into this coughing spell, so I'll try to get through this. But one of the things that I've noticed over the last few weeks, that the not issues, but the things agents are really getting to get a grasp on is how valuable a contact system is. Right. We call it a contact resource management, database, whatever. And I know from your classes and what we've done, and I think Jeremy Blant is actually doing a webinar next week on email. So it seems to be that we're getting back into that. I know that for a while there's questions whether email was really effective anymore, and I guess the statistics out there are basically saying, yes, for sure, email is still a top way of marketing to people. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt. I mean, by far it's the most successful means of communication, at least from an ROI standpoint anyway. Right,
right. So what I recommend to agents, if they really are not techie enough to do all this database management, like just starting it is just sometimes enough to set people say, well, forget it, it's too much work. Hire someone. It's worth your money to hire somebody. Hire a college kid, somebody maybe who's doing some of this work anyway. Let them get experience with it. There's enough people out there that are looking for something like this to do. And, the initial setup is going to take you the longest. Once you've got it set up and your database working, there's really nothing to do it. other than to make sure it's just working, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, I know during some of the different classes at the association, the questions are, well, I should say always, but very commonly are around email, how to either set up an email system, which one is easiest to work with, or what will work for me, those kinds of things.
Right.
And then, of course, how do you set up drip campaigns and different things like that. It's a, even though it seems relatively simple, if you're not overly experienced on a computer or setting these kinds of things up, even the simple ones, they take a little bit of time. Unfortunately, you have to kind of I guess bite the bullet and sit down and just kind of go through their training. A lot of them will have good training modules, videos, instructions, but you do have to take the time to go through it. Or like you said, if that's not your style, find somebody, hire somebody to get you set up and show you how to run it, so that then you can kind of take over from there.
Right.
Or have them do it for you completely. Just depends on budgets and things like that.
Right. Because in any kind of, especially real estate, and I know a lot of business to it, your contacts, that is your book of business. And it's a valuable piece of business, so that you want to make sure that you are keeping records and database of those names and numbers. When they go from, your sellers and you've sold them, you still want to keep in contact with them. Your buyers, keep in contact with them, constantly, even after they're in the house. That's how you maintain that relationship when they're ready to move or they want to bring family down. They'll remember who you are because you're top of mind, because you remembered their birthday or you remember the anniversary of when they moved in. So it's really key. That's how you develop that book of business. And that's the hardest part of the business, is because the most agents, they don't do that, or they don't do it well.
Right.
And that's because they don't have a system. They're trying to do it on their own. And if you have, 100 names, you might be able to handle it. 200 names, maybe. You get into a database of some businesses and people easily. After you're in the business a long time, you have a database of 3,000 to 10,000 names. You cannot physically do it yourself. You need a system.
Right.
So, what do you feel is a manageable number for an average person to be able to maintain that?
You mean in regards to a database as a whole?
Yeah. What do you think is a real manageable number?
I think anything up to a few thousand in an email list, as long as you've properly separated your list, so it's not just a big lump
right.
of people. So, because I think you can really do almost any number. I think the biggest mistake that I see most people do with their email system is they just have everybody in one big database, and they just send everything to that database. And the problem is, as if they're a buyer and you're sending them seller related information, it's already hard enough to get people to open email.
Exactly.
You don't want to be sending information that's not congruent with what their interest is. So I think that's the whole point of having a good email system. I mean, how big it is, I don't think it matters as much as how specific your email databases are. So don't be afraid to set up your each individual database around a particular niche.
Right.
Like one minimum, you got to have at least two, one for buyers and one for sellers. But I truly believe you should have them segmented and separated even further than that. Exactly.
Yep, makes it easy. Okay.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite email program that you like? I know.
Well, I'm an old Outlook person, and I'm slowly making. I use Google Mail for all my email as far as looking at it right now. I do not maintain contacts there. My contacts are still in my Outlook, and I do use MailChimp. So like I export out of Outlook, put it in MailChimp, but that's what I use for mass mailing people is MailChimp.
Gotcha. Great. Well,
so I'm trying to get into one system. I just, from working Outlook so long, I'm talking years, and going to Google, it's just not the same. I'm just so used to Outlook, so it's hard for me to make that conversion yet. But I'm working on it.
Well, I think that's good stuff to share, because I don't think that's atypical. I mean, I really think most people are exactly in that situation. If you're comfortable with what you're using, it's hard to make a switch. And
I hate the steps that I have to take. I do hate that I have to go in Outlook, export it, put it here to do that. It's like it should just be one place, and that's what I'm trying to get to. So,
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm just going to stop sharing the screen here for a minute.
There you go. That's better. I have one new app, and I think I sent it to you earlier this week or last week. That Periscope. Have you seen it?
I did take a super fast look. I'd love to hear more about it.
It's really a lot of talk out there. It's part of Twitter, and it's an live video. So sort of like this, but it's live, and it's called Periscope. And I've been playing with it. It's really cool. I think you're going to see that more agents will probably like this because it goes right on their Twitter feed and will go out to the people and their followers. Right. And then you can post it to Facebook as well. I think it's really a cool tool. You should download it and check it out because I think we'll be hearing a lot more about this and seeing a lot more people using it in real estate.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh, that's great.
I mean, you could do this live from your car. I know you do a lot, like some video chats right now. You could record using Periscope and do live, I'm thinking like tours of properties and things like that, or open houses, which I think would be cool. Doing those tours for those people. Hey, here's my new listing. Here it is. And it gets out there much quicker. So that would be my new one to get out there is to put that out there to everybody. If they haven't already seen it or heard about it, I know on the tech things I'm reading and online, Periscope is out there. There's another one called Meerkat. Have you heard of Meerkat?
I've heard the name. I haven't even looked at it.
Right. So evidently this trumps that big time. So.
Oh, great.
But yeah, check it out. And like I said, it's fairly new, like two to 3 weeks, I think, maybe. I mean, maybe longer than that. I don't know how long it's actually been out there, but it's getting rave reviews from everybody. So, and it's downloadable. I don't know whether it's for Android. That's the only thing I don't know. I know it's for iPads and iPhones. So you have an Android. I guess you go to the App Store and see if it's on there.
Yeah, I was just going to check if I...
just see.
Right.
I don't know if it doesn't tell you much.
I'm trying to remember if I. No, in fact, you know what? I don't believe it is on Android.
Okay.
I went to when you sent me the thing. I was out of my office, so I do have an iPad which I could download it onto. But at the time, I just with my Android phone, and I don't believe there was an option for it on the Android. But.
Right. Yep, so according to when you go to the app on the App Store, it's only available right now, but it should be coming out.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's all for the iPhone and stuff, and the description tells you that it is Periscope lets you broadcast live video to the world. Going live will instantly notify your followers who can join, comment, so people can comment directly while you're live, which is really cool. So. Yep, they can send you hearts in real time to tell you the more hearts you get, the higher they flutter on the screen. So it's a really cool app. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people. So much easier than trying to do an actual video. And you can just do this live. So yeah, definitely want to check that out for sure.
I like that. That sounds really good. I'll have to check it out on my iPad.
Yeah, really definitely do that. And what about you? What have you seen out there in the tech world? Anything?
I've been so focused on lead generation. I just see more and more people talking about Facebook ads and driving leads and traffic, doing that, and of course the whole remarketing side of that, and the pixelating people when they come to your landing pages and stuff like that. It's
right.
For us, it's just getting better and better and better. It's been a wonderful platform, and I know we've taught some classes on it, and it's a little bit challenging, but I think it's worth pursuing because it's you can target so well depending on the type of realtor you are and who's your audience and where they're coming from and things like that. So
right.
Yeah, I haven't looked at a whole bunch of new apps or anything recently.
Well, there's so many that come out on the market every day. It's just crazy. A lot of new, a lot of apps coming out for editing photos and things like that. There's 3 or 4 a day that come out, so you can get inundated with this stuff if you wanted to. So I usually wait a week or two and see what the reviews are before I even start playing with anything new like that. So. I don't do a whole lot of editing on photos anyway. Real estate, I mean, the iPhone takes great pics to begin with, so not much to do. So
I think with an iPhone, I would say 90% of all realtors, even with the new Android phones, all of them, I mean, you really could just...
Right. They're incredible. Yeah. Even the iPad, the new iPad camera in that thing is phenomenal.
It is.
It really much
photos and videos of homes and
that.
I mean, I think it more than does the trick, in my opinion, anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Well, do you want me to show the slides and kind of... we're what about?
Yeah. Why don't we go that? Why don't you do them in display mode? And we've got about I've got 12:13. I said we'd go to 15 minutes. Our first one out, so we're almost 2 minutes in. We've got 2 minutes left. So why don't you finish up?
All right. We'll share these slides. Let me go into. Let me share that. Can you see them there, Miss Sue? Is that big enough, or do you want me to go into display mode?
Try the display mode. Let's see what that looks like. It's probably going to be better that way.
Okay, 1 second. Oops. Sorry, I hit the wrong button there for a minute. How's that?
I don't see a display mode. I still see all your slides.
It might take a second because it's a big slide. If it doesn't, just let me know.
Okay.
I'll give it another safe.
But if you want to just talk while we're doing it so we can...
Yeah. Okay. Well, has it switched slides at least? Are you seeing the one with the little guy and the big dude?
No.
Okay, and obviously that doesn't...
There you go. That was switched.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to go this route. Let me do this. I know this helps make it a little bit bigger.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Well, as you know, I'm always trying to visually put into context what you and I get questions about all the time, and you know, and realtors are often overwhelmed with real estate stuff alone, but obviously with things like technology and even marketing questions and how to do better at it. So I just thought that kind of was a good way to do it. We wanted to make and remind everybody that this is it's a live webinar, and this is an opportunity to ask your questions and post them in the chat. So there's a live chat going on. You can post both publicly for everybody to see or privately, so that just Sue and I see it. And either, if you post it privately, we'll just post a question and not say your name if you prefer. And then, finally, I kind of already mentioned it, but the idea here was just to help. We get questions all week long. I know I get them, and I know you get them, Miss Sue.
Right.
Emails, Facebook questions, etc. And we thought this would be a great opportunity for everybody to come on.
And it's always 2 nights are better than one, right, Pierre?
Yeah. Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. So, and then just a thought, I don't know if you can read this. I don't want to blow it up too much bigger, but belief, I'm not sure if everybody shares my Christian faith, but in respect to belief as a whole, if you get a chance to read this, it was something that was part of this was shared with me from another friend of mine named John, and I really liked it, and I thought it was kind of pertinent to today because it applies to both, life and your business. And in short, you got to believe that you can do it. And learning technology and learning how to work with all these things definitely takes some persistence, and you got to believe and be willing to put in the work. So that's what that's all about. And I think to end this thing off, I think I know from myself and our family. We wanted to wish everybody a happy Easter, and we sure appreciate everyone and look forward to next Quick Fire Fridays on my part anyway, Miss Sue, and I wish your family a big
I wish you a blessed Easter as well. We will be celebrating with our family on Sunday as well, and wish everyone a happy spring. Looks like the weather is finally changing here on the beach, so I am very happy about that.
Me too. Finally, it's so nice to look out at the sunshine. It's warm.
It is. Great. Well, Pierre, thank you. We will be doing these weekly. We're only slotting 15 minutes, so we'll be on next Friday, 12 to 12:15. We will get the word out. So again, join us if you have a question. There's no topic for these. We're having the audience be the topic. So we will get this out there. We'll post this and generate some interest for you for next week.
Sounds great. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks, Pierre.
Bye, Sue.
Bye.